Where the fuck is McClay?
You know what's funny, dude? My dad called me and was like, he goes, Brian, you gotta be careful, man. Those are copyrighted, those Ladmo bags. I'm like, Dad, I didn't fucking buy a bunch of Ladmo bags, dude. They fucking made them.
That camera.
Make sure you
Damian,
hold it up.
like here, good. Checking.
We don't have the camera guy. Is he in frame?
Yeah, he's in
Oh.
frame.
All right, Dame. We got the Bogcast episode 58.
No, Bog.
I'm not bad. Pog.
Did you say Pog?
You remember
Jesus.
Pogs?
Holy shit.
I'll be calling it Pog.
We can if you just want to talk about Pogs for an hour.
We
I'm down.
can.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
anything
let's do
about
it.
them, but I'll learn
I
about
don't know
them.
much about them that much anymore. The Bogcast episode 58 with me, damianmichaelpearsall. Check. There you go, bro.
Word. Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast episode 58. Right?
Yep.
That's it.
We are brought to you by Bang Salon. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and stylings, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon, at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
Bogcast.
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, I'll fucking kill you. Cool.
All right. Check us out on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and all your favorite podcatchers. And also make sure to like and subscribe and comment. Tell us what you think. Let us know.
Hell yeah. Do you have the lighter?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Shit.
I don't think so, bro.
Okay. Well, we have an awesome guest in the house while we search for the lighter. He is one of my good friends, actors
That's
here. I would say actor in Phoenix. That's how I met him.
I got it.
Fucking always stealing my shit. Anyway,
Always talking shit.
but yeah, how you doing, Damian?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
That's good. Can you pull this up a little bit? Sorry.
This
Yeah. No, towards you.
this
Yeah,
part?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
I can do that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, shit. Right on, man. So, yeah, you're in town in Phoenix. You've been living in Atlanta.
Yep.
Yeah, but I haven't talked to you really since last year when you left. We've kind of been sending messages here and there.
Yeah.
But what's been going on, man?
Well, first off, it's crazy. It's been a year. That's kind
That
of
is crazy,
ridiculous.
yes.
It doesn't feel like a year. But a lot went on. I went to Atlanta. Goals were accomplished. My goals when I left, if you remember, were to get
keep
on
talking.
larger sets.
Yeah,
You remember, I wanted to see what a Marvel set was like. Okay. I wanted to see what a Marvel set was like, and Tyler Perry, and just the bigger sets, Walking Dead. When you think of Atlanta, all the things that are shot there.
Oh, yeah. You got to go
Yeah.
to either Atlanta or LA or New Mexico now if you want to
Exactly.
get on those big sets, right?
Yeah.
So what was it
And-
like? You get a good learning experience from all that?
It was great learning experience. I learned that I don't ever want to do an extra role again.
Oh, okay. So you're burnt out on it?
Burnout, it seems glamorous, but not when you go backwards. And I feel like I wanted the experience, so I was okay with going backwards. But when I say backwards, I mean we had speaking roles first, right?
Yeah.
And then we did extra roles, not the other way around, which is what most people do, and they advance.
Yeah.
So I just felt like I was there for long hours for no reason. Like, you sit in the green room mostly and wait for your 2-second scene, and then you get a paycheck, but it's not worth the paycheck.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're on the set. You're not on the set getting that experience where you can learn and stuff. You're more just like in a green room, just.
Like I was saying, if you did it the other way around, like you did extra work first, you would 100% benefit from it. 100%. But if you're looking for other things out of it, like moving up the ladder or finding bigger roles, then extra work's not for you.
And can you get that out where you're at now?
It's hard.
It's hard.
I still submit and I still get stuff, but they're few and far between. So the Midwest is kind of growing in film as well. There's a lot of Hallmark movies filmed in Kentucky, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, so Kentucky's trying to get a film commission, but I can't do the pace. I got spoiled on the pace of Phoenix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Being in a big city is, I wouldn't say this is a big city,
Do you wanna hit
but
this?
yeah, for sure, man.
I don't know if this is a big city, but it's kind of crazy when you have to go when it's you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Well, what's the scene out there like as far as non-extra stuff? I thought the point of extra stuff was when you're not landing speaking roles and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So isn't it good in Atlanta to have that opportunity to get paid and get on big sets for when you're not landing those gigs? I mean,
I guess I'm speaking more personally. I make more money bartending.
I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can make $300 in one night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I made a lot of money. I made about $1,600 off a Star. I made about $3,200 off The Gifted. You know, so I did make money, but like The Gifted, we filmed over the course of a month. You know, so that's time off of other work that I could have
How
been doing.
advanced did they give you that schedule for that shooting of that month?
Oh, a week prior.
The night before.
Yeah. If you're lucky, sometimes the day before.
And so you couldn't have another steady job is what you're saying if you're,
I couldn't.
yeah.
So you just rely on people taking shifts and shit like that?
No, I didn't have another job.
Really?
But it got to a point where you have to wait for your checks, so 60 to 90 days.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
You know? So when I started working an actual regular job and decided after 3 months of doing extra work that I just had enough, I wanted a regular job, and I was only going to submit to roles, speaking roles.
Well, that's good. You got the experience of
Yeah,
that, doing that. Because you said
exactly.
you did it for like 3 months, right?
Yeah, 3 solid months every day of the week.
I think that's...
Wow.
Yeah,
I
I was
think-
booked. It's the hair, baby.
I know
Yeah.
extra,
It's the hair.
extra
Like,
shit sucks, but
yeah.
I'm sure you had to take some valuable lessons from those
I
sets.
did. Like, I learned a lot about staging. You know what I mean? Like, I have a really good...
Like blocking?
I have like a good... Well, when I say staging,
Oh, getting in
I
front of the
mean
camera.
getting in front of the camera. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's fucking interesting.
Yeah, he's
It
in
is.
every fucking shot
Yeah,
that he
so
got
you
in.
want to get a face shot,
Bro,
Yeah,
everything that I tell you that I'm in, you see me.
that's cool.
Tell him what
see
you
me
told
in
me the other
everyone.
day about the one where you ran through.
Oh, so in The Gifted, so The Gifted was directed by Jonathan Frakes, which is he was William Riker on Star
okay,
Trek.
yeah.
You
nice.
remember him, number one?
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy, great director. Probably one of my favorites that I was able to work with when I was down there. But you know, we were doing this scene where I play a Morlock, and we come above ground. We just got attacked, and we're getting attacked by what the things above, we'll just say, because you know when you're doing the scene, you have no idea what it is.
Wait,
Yeah.
you play a what?
A Morlock. It's a mutant.
Underground. You're
Underground
Like,
mutant.
Oh, okay.
You remember the Morlocks in Time Machine?
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
where they
yeah,
get their
yeah, I
name
see.
from.
Was this
Yeah.
was the Gifted Marvel shit?
Marvel
I
Fox?
fucking forgot about that. Holy
Yeah.
shit,
Well, check
dude.
this out.
Yeah. So he goes. First, I didn't even tell you this the other day, Keith, because I wanted to save something juicy.
I know.
But I run. First, I run by and I run through.
Well, wait, you got to say the setup of how it
Oh
works.
yeah, I'm sorry. So he says, "Okay, what we're doing." They don't give you as extras much direction. You're just expected to nail it, because the last thing you want to do as an extra is mess up your part to where you're getting moved or
Yeah,
booted off,
yeah.
because they'll tolerate that from the actors, but not the extras.
Yeah.
Like you are disposable.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So he's like, "All right, when we say action, you guys are getting attacked from above. Just take off running down the road." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we did it once, and then they stopped me, and he goes, "You come here. Your hair is too damn pretty." So I had these blonde locks when I was running, just like running and like going in the wind like a horse running through a prairie.
Throw
and
a bunch of fucking mud and shit.
yeah,
in
they
it.
took brown, like almost like hairspray, and just dirtied the hell out of my hair. So it was like dark brown. But both of the lead actresses, have blonde hair. So
Yeah.
they didn't want anyone to get confused when they're watching, like,
Yeah.
why is she running down that way? But I guess it's funny to say I look like a woman from the back, but
It's a sexy
it's
woman.
an hourglass figure.
That's the Morlocks is part of the X-Men universe and shit.
It is.
Dude. That's fucking
Yeah.
cool as hell.
So he tells you this, and then you see the actors.
Yeah,
and-
so we do it. You do a couple of takes. So on the second take, I was like, nah. I already spotted where all the cameras were, and I saw the two leads are having a conversation, and we're running by them. And I said, I'm gonna run right between the two of them. So I did, and I ran right between them. And then there's a spot where I'm like this, do all extra dramatic. Like, I don't know if you could get an Emmy off of like a still shot like this one gets
looking
it.
at nothing.
Yeah, looking at nothing. And it's freezing cold in Atlanta at this point. It's probably like 35 degrees outside.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And so anyway, but
Oh, you wanna hit this again?
that's the cut that made it. And you see me running, and then you see that shot, and then it changes scenes. Nobody else you can see. You don't see any of the other running Morlocks.
That's
This was
fucking
awesome.
badass.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's crazy, dude. He was a Morlock.
I know, right? That's what I was gonna say. Well, Keith also said you worked on The Walking Dead. That's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, was that a thing going out there where you're like, I'm gonna try and get on this fucking show?
Yeah, I had a short list when I went out
I'm sure
there.
every actor in Atlanta has been
Yeah.
on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's they
It's
run
like-
out of people because it's
Yeah.
been on for so long.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
there's so many extras on that show.
oh, and back to The Gifted. My bad, I forgot about this. So as you know, when you're in a series and you're already seen once, then they won't use you again, right? Because of continuity. So I already did a scene in The Gifted where I was in the bar for one of the scenes in it. It was like episode 3. And then I saw that they emailed me and they were like, hey, do you want to be a mutant? And I was like, fuck yeah, I want to be a mutant. So I submitted anyway. And I was like, they're not going to pick me because I've already been there, right? You know, I've already been seen. And they chose me anyway. So I was super stoked.
Do you
to
think
get
they
that.
just didn't know? Like they just didn't.
I don't know if it was
or
fate
they
or if they
just
didn't
care?
know or if they didn't care. I have no idea. But for whatever reason.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man. You're on their radar and shit.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Do you think any of those extra roles can lead into speaking
It
roles at
can,
some point?
yeah,
Or
they're-
even on set? Have you ever seen an extra? Because I've heard of stories of where,
Yeah.
you know, you just, hey, can you come over here and, you know, and
I have
hey, say
a-
these lines. And,
I have a perfect example of that. So I was on the set of Step Up High Water, which if you remember all the Step Up series, there's with
I have no idea what that is.
Channing
Yeah.
Tatum.
Oh, is that
the
his dance shit?
dancing.
Yes,
yeah.
I do know that. That is.
Yeah, so there's like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
3D,
I've never
4,
seen 'em, but-
58, you know.
Is he
They
in
go
every
all the way.
single one of them?
No,
Oh.
he stops.
Is
I
that
don't
like his
even-
first shit?
It was around the first time he started, but it wasn't
Yeah.
his first. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's been out for a while. I think no, that's Save the Last Dance. I was gonna say Julia.
so now there's like a
Stiles.
show.
Yeah, there's a series
Oh,
and it's
God.
on YouTube. It's a YouTube series. So it's on YouTube Red. So I was on that and I went to a call when I first got to Atlanta. It was my first call that I answered. And it was as a club scene. So my roommate at the time, like he's into the gay club scene there. So I'm like raiding his closet, like going to town, right? I got rainbow bandanas on, like, you know, short shorts.
I think
They
I
were-
saw a picture of your Instagram. Of
yeah, probably. And they were like overalls, boots, big ass socks, and no shirt. And I just had one flap down, and my nipples are pierced. So I walk in there, and they're like, the wardrobe's like, yes, you nailed it. You don't need anything. I'm like, okay, cool. So and then we go out and we're doing the scene or whatever, and then I feel a tap on my shoulder, and this lady comes up to me. She's like, are you a dancer? And I was like, no, I don't dance at all, for real. And I was like, I'm just an actor. I was like, I'm just playing like I'm a dancer in the club. And she's like, well, you look like a dancer. Like your build is like a dancer. Okay. And then she walked away. And then at the end of the night, she came back up to me and she was like, you know what? I don't even care that you're not really a dancer. You just look the part. So why don't you come back as a high school student? And I said, what?
Oh my god!
I said, a high school student? Like, what? And she's like, yeah, you just look like the part. Like, she's like, screw it. And I was like, you know, I'm 38 years old, right?
Holy
and she's
shit.
like, oh, it doesn't matter. She's like, we'll dress you down. I was like, all right. So I got 3 weeks out of that.
Holy
Yeah, I ended
shit.
up-
You played
so-
a high school student.
Yeah, but freaking high school student, man. All I did was shave. I just shaved. That's it.
Were you seeing that a lot, or
All the time. Every time they were in the high school.
I got to see that one.
Yeah. And it's always just me
I gotta
walking by.
see that. That's
Bro.
gotta be. Oh my god!
I'm sure I'm in like every episode.
Holy shit!
We need a.
Yeah.
Where the fuck
That's
is
fucking-
we lost our Jamie, dude? So we could pull that
oh,
shit
I know.
Mhm.
Fuck. That's badass, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. I had another question that just went poof.
up. It's weed, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Weed, bro.
Yeah, something
What
about
else?
the acting and extra shit. But what else has been going on? I mean,
Currently now I'm on a reality show. So this reality show, I can't say much. All I can say is that it's about actors and their daily struggles, and then we do daily diaries and submit them into them.
That's cool.
And yeah, so I'm not sure even how many people are on it or anything. I just do my part. That's it. So
How long have you been doing that for?
it's been 3 months. So October.
Wow.
So you just send these diaries to them?
mhm,
How often?
Yeah. I try to do one as often as possible, but for me personally, like I have a normal life. So when I submit to movies, I definitely do one. And then throughout the day or week, if I think of something, then I'll just like do a little quick video
Off your phone?
Yeah, just right off my phone.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is this? Do you know what it's going to be on? Or?
No, they're selling it, but it already had interest, so that's why they're filming it now.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Putting it together. And
yeah,
shopping it.
exactly. So, which is
You ever film yourself wilding out?
I'm pretty wild and out as it is.
You know what I'm saying?
So I have to sometimes remember and
To tone it
no,
down.
dude, you got to make that character.
not
You'll
to
be like
tone
a puck.
it down, but like
Be like a puck, bro.
Yeah, fucking
Put your
A,
fucking
dude.
finger in Pedro's peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, bro. Puck fucking blew up from that shit.
Fuck
That is
yeah,
true.
dude.
Remember Puck? Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
think that's
Yeah, I
the
do
only
know who
one.
you're
Him and
talking
Pedro
about.
are the only two I remember.
right. Good times.
Railroad was a shit back then.
It was.
That was like the OG original reality.
Yeah.
I remember going to the fucking when we went to that Northern Cali trip. We're like, we got to see the fucking real world house.
Oh, it's still there.
Fucking,
Where,
yeah,
in San Francisco?
yeah.
I don't
Well,
remember that.
they
You don't
rent that
remember
out,
that?
I'm sure.
It was on that fucking that road that did this.
Oh, the windy
Yeah.
road? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, on, man. So what's going on with the future of acting and all that? Where are you going to
Well,
station yourself?
So I'll be heading back here to Phoenix in January. Yeah. So it's my goal for going to Atlanta was met. You know, like I said, I wanted to get on larger sets. I accomplished that. I submitted to probably about 25 agencies while I was out there. Maybe 4 got back to me, and then they weren't any that I wanted to be with, and the one that I did want to be with, they just, I don't know, I just didn't feel the vibe. Like, you want a great agent, you know?
Yeah, you got to.
And I wasn't feeling any of them. I felt like they were just trying to make money off my image, so I didn't sign with any of them. And then I went back up to let me back up a little bit. When I say that I felt like they wanted to make money off my image, their response was like, oh, you're perfect, we don't have anybody that looks like you. So I didn't want them to just start sending me every audition that was for white people, you know what I mean? And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. And that's what I mean by that. Like, it was
Because you want to get those black rolls, or?
it was it was so segregated.
Oh,
Atlanta is so segregated.
Oh,
Really?
you know, we forget about
Yeah.
that shit, bro.
Shit, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
it's
dude,
so
that's
segregated.
crazy because I remember we had buddies that moved
Yeah.
out to Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember them saying, "If you come out here, you got to realize it's weird out here." Like,
Yeah.
And I remember, when they were out there, they're like, "Yeah, it's really weird to see how segregated
It is.
It is."
And it's self-segregated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even on the auditions, like, there's some agencies that only have black people. You know what I mean? And then they won't take any white people. And it's like that. So it's kind of trying to pick through those and then trying to find the ones that are SAG related. And they all say they're SAG related, because what's stopping them? They're making a cheesy website, and you can look and they have like little thumbnails of people and you're like, I don't want to sign with you. I want some bling behind my name. So
you know how out in Phoenix, it's kind of like, I look at it as like a minor league to LA.
Mhm.
There's a huge community out here. There's all kinds of independent films being shot here. Major commercials are being shot here. And once in
Yeah.
a while, a SAG film does come out here. Were you getting the same auditions for roles and parts and stuff as you were in Atlanta, or because of it's just big production, just mostly
Mhm.
just extra work? Does that make sense?
I wasn't even seeing the castings for the bigger roles. So because
Yeah.
because I went out there with still having my actor's access and still having my IMDb, I could still find the roles, and I was actually landing auditions out there, but I didn't nail any of them. So I didn't find that many, to be honest with you. Like, you probably, even with IMDb, I still submit. I probably submit to about 40 to 50 a week.
I guess I guess my question is there as much opportunity there for speaking roles in Atlanta as there is for, I say, Not just Phoenix, but Phoenix, LA, because in Phoenix you kind of bounce back and forth.
No, because you know what they do, and this is where Atlanta's messing up, is because they're not. The idea of these tax credits is to infiltrate the money back into the economy, right? But if you're paying for your Jonathan Frakes to come out and he's got that big paycheck of whatever, maybe he gets $25,000 per episode, where's he going when he gets that money? He's already going to be back in California.
Yeah.
He's not putting that money back into the
The
city of
Yeah.
Atlanta. So what they're actually doing is losing money, because all your high directors,
They're taking all the resources and
all
shit
of your
too.
high-end crew, they're coming in, and yes, they're getting hotels, and yes, they're getting food, but that's it. The income is still leaving. The income that's staying there is your extra work, which maybe I only got $160 paycheck.
So Central Casting's making big
cheddar.
yeah.
But they're smart. Props to them. I have nothing bad to say about them.
How
They
are
got
you
me
getting
cast
the
all
roles
time.
through them? Is it through? Were you looking on their Facebook or Twitter? Were they messaging you?
Bro, they message me every
every
single
day,
day.
yeah.
Every day. I got double booked a couple times. And yeah, like literally, they knew my worth ethic after like my first week of being there. And they were like, because people, they talk and you meet the PAs. Like, you should never in life try to portray yourself in this negative air where somebody's not going to like you. And I go through life making sure that I'm not doing that specifically. So
That's good.
when I'm in a green room, I make sure, that I don't go out of my way, but I don't purposely piss anybody off.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Just don't be a dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way you should be no matter what.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The
In
golden
life,
rule.
in life. And that's how I choose to be.
Yeah.
And
Fucking A.
all the PAs ended up knowing me. And, once you know the PAs and they're there whispering in other people's ear, oh, Damian's great. Like, always take Damian. And, and I do have an image, so I can play a vast, like if they say a festival scene, I can go there. There's just so many different characters I can play
Yeah, you have a
as
look.
extra specifically. So that's how it was. It was just my image coupled with getting repeatedly asked and saying yes. I didn't say no to anything for like the first 3 months.
Yeah.
So
Is the audition process any different there from anywhere else, or is it exactly the same?
it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. That is the good thing about Phoenix is, a lot of people talk trash about Phoenix, but I learned what I know from Phoenix. First thing I got cast in was Phoenix.
Did you get a better appreciation for Phoenix after going to Atlanta?
Yeah. That's why I want to come back,
Yeah, that's cool.
I actually liked it. When I left, like I had this
I think everyone in Phoenix needs to hear that. I think that's good.
for sure. I feel like you can do everything that you need to do in Phoenix, especially when you get to a level where, like for me, I have 39 credits on IMDb. So, and that's not spectacular. It was a journey, and I did it in a fast time. Yes, but
And that's not including commercials and all the other
yeah,
bullshit,
exactly,
modeling. And,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I feel like, I went through the ropes and I busted my ass for a long time. With a lot of doors slammed in my face, that it's just to keep going. That's the strive you have to have, just keep going.
Yeah. Plus that proximity to LA, I just think.
Well, that's the
crucial
thing
too
when
here,
I mean, once you build up your IMDb and people, they knock student films and they knock free work, and you'll never hear that come out of my mouth when you're learning the craft. When you're learning the craft, yes, you want to do that, because that's how you get your demo reel. That's how you get experience. That's how you learn different people's style, because you might work for one director and be great. You might work for another director and suck just because you don't have that much experience, so you don't know how to read people.
Plus, those motherfuckers will call you again later.
They
when
will.
They're fucking
They will.
doing some their real shit.
Yeah, I call them repeat offenders. So, when they call me back, then they must want me back. So
Yeah. That means you
Yeah.
did something, right?
yeah, which is good. You want that.
That's cool, man. So January, you said you're coming back?
Yeah, January, probably January 1st, maybe a little bit before that.
Are you going to try to get an agency out here?
I am. Yeah. I have my my goggles on, looking for. I have a couple that I like over the other ones, but
So
we'll see what happens.
talk about some of the other. I don't want to shit on Atlanta, but you mentioned
Mhm.
some other couple challenges, I guess, and one of them was the traffic.
The traffic, yeah. That I liked the city at first because it really reminded me of Kentucky, and as you know, that's where I'm from. It always feels like home going to Kentucky, and so visually it kind of resembles Kentucky. A little bit warmer of a climate, but other than that, the same demographic, same trees, same landscape, so on and so forth. So I loved it at first, and plus it being a little warmer, you don't see that much snow. But it just got old because I just felt like the whole city is negative. Like there's just a negative air around the city, and it's unfortunate because it's a pretty city and it's growing. But the traffic there, man, like people stay in an angry mood. So you get in an angry mood and you're driving behind a car, it's just no good. So then you
I
couple
can't deal with that shit.
Yeah.
My
I thought
brother's the
Phoenix was
worst.
bad, bro. I literally thought Phoenix was bad. I haven't had any wreck in my life that was not my fault until I came to Phoenix. Like I hit so many people for them just slamming their brake on for no reason.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, that's how I lost my Mercedes.
Yeah.
Coming to see Keith.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, bro, I
Yeah.
did the same thing, so don't
Bro,
feel bad.
Everyone's
I
crashing
hear
their
ya,
cars to see me.
It sucks. But yeah, the traffic up there was very similar. Like for me to go to work, I was maybe 15 minutes away. And it would take me 26 minutes on the train, or I could drive for an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on
insane,
traffic, no matter what time of the day. And
Wow.
it was just like disgusting. It was just like you spent so much time in the car.
Well, wasn't it stressful getting around to all the different gigs for the extra
So
stuff?
stressful
Because
because I didn't
when
have a car.
Yeah, well, I've been in LA
Yeah.
trying to get around at these different, and it'll be a 3-day shoot. Each
Mhm.
day is a different location, and they don't tell you
Yeah.
until the night before. And I'm Ubering and shit. and-
Exactly. So that's what happened. So now when I was saying like I was getting booked every day, that's what happens. Like that was my savings paying for my Lyft rides to and from every day. And you're talking
It's
about
pricey, huh?
$30-$40
I know,
a
yeah.
trip.
I know. I've done
So there's all the money you made off of that check. You understand what I
that.
mean?
No, I get that. No, I've done
And,
that.
Yeah.
You have
so,
to make those sacrifices.
dude, I got in
sometimes,
this cycle where like I couldn't get ahead, and I was like 3 months, and like I was getting work, but like I had to think about everything else, and and everything for me is a stepping stone in life. So
for sure.
I sprung board off of Atlanta, went back to Kentucky, and just worked and just saved money and paid off all my bills, and now I'm ready to come back.
That's good,
So,
man.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
man.
that's what you got to do. You can't give up. And I've been in the gutter, and I don't want to go back to it. So
Fucking
Do you have like how time frame that you plan on staying in Phoenix, or just forever?
I don't.
Not forever, but like you plan on going to LA or anything?
I
or?
feel like at this point in my life, I can live anywhere. So now I just need to decide, like, do I want to go to Atlanta and struggle and try to make it there? Or do I want to go to Kentucky and not get that many roles and not struggle, be happy and be content? But I don't like the content word. Do I want to come to Phoenix and keep that pace going? Because we all know Phoenix has that pace with being close to New Mexico and California as well. That's probably a better decision for me.
Every,
'Cause I
a
could
couple
go
years
to-
to change it up.
Exactly. I could go to California and I could struggle, and I could do what I know people have stayed in garages that people's paid to live in people's garages while they're trying to make it, and like I'm not sure if I want to do that.
California's on fucking fire.
Yeah, exactly. I
Fucking-
love California. I mean, my shirt says California.
I love California too, but it's just
But,
I can't believe what a shit show it's become with
Yeah.
the homeless, the fucking fires.
Dude, the shit in
fucking-
San Francisco. I've been watching these YouTube videos, man, fucking about all the craziness that's going down there with all
Is
the
it ever
homeless.
since I brought up that shit app?
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy.
You know about that shit app? There's
No.
an app
It's
in San
so
Francisco
bad in
that
San
shows you where
Francisco,
everybody
man.
shits.
You do
because
what
that's-
now?
on the street, people are
Oh,
shitting.
like just
It's
squatting on the
so
street.
bad, the homeless, yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's fucking bad, man. And there's this guy on YouTube, I think it's called Lee's channel,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes around, he lives in San Francisco, and he goes around and he just films the fucking craziness, man.
Excuse me,
It's
sir.
pure craziness. He's like filming these hardcore crack addicts, meth addicts, fucking
Just shitting everywhere.
heroin addicts, fucking people with the craziest mental issues. It's sad, dude. But it is right out in the open, dude.
Mhm.
Everywhere. You can't go anywhere and not see it. It's crazy.
That's like one of the most expensive cities to live in.
Yeah,
That's
it
what's
is
weird.
the most
Yeah,
expensive. That's
that's
why
really
the homeless is
nasty.
so fucking huge.
Huh.
That's odd.
It's disgusting,
Are
man.
you working on any projects right now?
I just did a video audition today
Oh yeah.
for a pirate role. We'll see how that goes.
Can you give us a taste?
Arg!
That's
He's from
like
Boston, so there's no R.
a Boston pirate.
Yeah, he don't say arg. He says arg.
What like time frame? What era?
1952, which I didn't know there were pirates then, but I had to do a little research. There were.
I mean, there's pirates now.
There is.
Pirates fucking hijacking.
The hardest time I was coming up with is trying to figure out if I should keep my beard and my goatee or not.
Would you ever cut your hair?
My hair. You remember that time? Remember that time? I sent it to you. There was I believe it was Good Faith Casting. They had that salon wanted to do the makeover thing, and I sent it to you. I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, I wasn't ready at the time because you passed on it and sent it to me.
Yeah,
yeah.
They were like, and first off, I love Good Faith Casting. They're great.
Oh yeah, I remember. You're right. Actually, because she reached out to me after. Yeah. I remember. Totally remember that.
They're great. Faith and Bella do a great job with that.
But I wasn't ready at the time.
Yeah. So they asked me. They were like, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" And I was like, "Well, what's all the details?" And they're like, "Well, they'll cut your hair." But they'll give you and I don't quote me, I don't remember the amount, but it was something nominal, like $800 or $1,000
to cut your hair.
Yeah, something.
There's
like
a lot
that.
of those rules.
And at first, I was like,
"You thought about it?
That's an $800 check." And I was like, "But that's
3 years,
3 years of growing it back, and
all
the
those lame
potential,
phases
and the potential of not getting cast in that 3 years, and having to redo my headshots and losing my confidence and." My image would be gone, and I'm like, that's not worth it. No, I can't do that. So
fuck that. I wouldn't do it for $1,000, and I'm not even an actor.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I know, but if you decided to cut, this is what I was trying to do, but I was on a timeline to cut my hair. But if you're gonna cut your hair, especially in LA. Once a week there's a commercial where they need someone to cut their hair for it, and you might as well get $1,000 for it and shoot the commercial.
Right. If you planned it out.
If you planned it out, So when I was cutting my hair, I sent a message to Good Faith like, "Hey, I'm down," but nothing just came about. But as a matter of fact, how we met is on auditions, because we were like the only few actors that had long hair, and then we were like, "Oh, what's up?" And I think it was on Erebus. We both auditioned for, and then he ended up giving me rides to auditions because I had a DUI at the time. So we became friends, going to auditions and stuff, and then him helping me out, and so it was kind of cool.
And smoking a lot.
And smoking lots of weed.
I expect that.
Well, speaking of that, you want to spark that?
So Keith and I do really well at auditions when we're high.
Why? Because you're just quiet?
No, it's the opposite. Like we're able to
Amps
turn
you
off.
up.
We're able to turn off anxiety. The
There's always high.
Yeah, exactly. But think about what you're not when you're not.
I'm a dick.
You overthink everything, right?
Oh,
I do the same thing. Like I'll do an audition video 12 times and I'll smoke and I'll nail it on the first try, and I'm like, why did I do this 12 times ago?
Okay, so here's a good question. What's the weed scene like in Atlanta?
Great question.
Great, right?
Oh, okay. That is a great question.
Yeah.
So it's not medical there yet. It's on its way. But it is decriminalized. So
wait a minute. How does that work?
You just can't get caught selling it.
Yeah, you can have up to 2 ounces on you. They're not going to say anything. If you're acting like a jackass, they might give you a citation and you have to report to court. But
is it hard to find it?
No.
What do you pay for it out there, like on a quarter?
Oh, the prices are ridiculous.
Really?
They don't do it like that. They charge you by the gram, period. So if it's good weed, they're going to charge you $20 a gram.
Holy shit,
that's how
bro.
it used to be.
That was high school prices.
Bro, I know. Trust me. Trust it.
Because I remember paying $120 for like a quad and thinking I was saving $20.
Yeah. And now you can get 3/8 for $30.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's disgusting what they did to it. What they did to the game.
What about Kentucky?
Kentucky, I have no issues. They do the same thing. They sell by grams mostly, but it's $10 a gram.
Kentucky has there's a lot of fucking pot growers in the woods out there, the forests out there.
Hemp has turned into Kentucky's number
Chris
one.
Martin. That's where Chris
crop.
Martin got his in Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Number one cash crop. We're trying. We just got rid of a disgusting governor. We have a new one coming in who should do the right thing. He wants to legalize it. So
make money off of it, man.
Dude,
people know about the Kentucky fucking
hemp. Not even marijuana is our number one cash crop.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. Let's make some fucking money off of it. Help some people out.
Now let's do the marijuana. We got tons and tons of beautiful land out there that are perfect for growing for. That people are trying to grow corn and compete with. These big $1 billion companies, and you can't let them switch their crops up. Kentucky's for it. Everybody in Kentucky is for it. There's a few reds that are not. Of
Do
course.
they have medical there?
No, nothing. In Louisville, Kentucky, it is also on its way to being decriminalized. But that's it, which is the first step. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd rather have it be decriminalized than medical first, right?
For sure.
That way, you know, if it's
Yeah,
decriminalized, that's a big deal.
It's a good.
Not only
it's a
should it be
loophole.
decriminalized, they should. I heard they were talking federally about not only decriminalizing it, but also taking anybody that's had former convictions, like Chris Martin, and expunging them, and they should fucking give them reparations or something for it.
No shit, yeah. No shit. Yeah.
All those motherfuckers that spent years and years in jail for a fucking joint.
You got a fat check.
Give them it for all the money they'll make.
Yeah,
you know?
Give them a percentage of the pot industry.
Yeah,
great idea.
Yeah.
I'd vote for you, bro.
Idea.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I know, bro. I know.
You say it was $20 a gram, but what's the East Coast versus the West Coast weed? It cannot be as good as Cali.
It's better here.
Oh, for sure.
It's far better.
Oh
here.
yeah, you can't compete with Cali.
I
weed.
was lucky to find a couple of dudes that were getting it from Cali, and you could tell they were getting it from Cali. So I would.
That's probably why you're paying more, because of the travel.
Yeah, and I didn't mind it at all because I knew it was good. Because I tell you what, one time I did get a bag of weed there, and I smoked the whole bag and didn't get high. And that was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then
some oregano.
I don't know what the fuck I bought, you know.
You
but
bought
I
some
tried real hard to get high.
Yeah.
I tried real hard to get high. And then also the cartridges, man. I know you guys are seeing the news out here and what people have to understand about cartridges is if you get them from where you're supposed to get them from, a company.
Are you talking about the tobacco or the weed ones?
No, the weed ones.
Yeah,
the weed ones.
But the issue is more with the tobacco. There are some very bunk ones from China and shit coming for the weed ones. But I think the major issue is the tobacco and the vaping.
Well, it's both. I know people that had to go for pneumonia from smoking them.
The weed ones?
Yeah, the weed ones.
Shit, damn.
Because this is the difference is like, you know, and they're getting the cartridges and they're not telling you anything on them. They're just a name and a company per se. There's no labels or anything like that. There's nothing. And it doesn't even tell you the THC value or anything. And you could tell it's a bunk. This is how I tell right now is if you can screw it off, don't even smoke it.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
So just, you know, don't even buy it if you can screw it off.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be sealed from whoever
you know what they
get
actually
it from.
do now is I came across an offer I couldn't refuse as far as a bunch of cartridges.
Yeah.
And I thought they were legit. And they marketed them towards children, even the weed ones. So the packaging is like the blunt wraps, but it's in there. But it's very cartoony, colorful, like, you know what I mean? Like if you were a little kid, it would get your eyes towards it. Enticing, right? And so I had a few of these, and I was like, these just don't look right. Like these look bunk as fuck. I went on a deep dive on the internet, and there's a huge deep dive Reddit about these just bunk weed cartridges coming in from China that you don't know what the fuck's in them.
That's also where all the fentanyl is coming from too, man.
Everything,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, just big shipments of fucking fucked up drugs, man. It's like I said, it's
I'm glad we were fucking heroin addicts when we were, dude, because if we were heroin addicts now, we'd be dead.
I say that all the time.
I'd be fucking dead.
Yeah, there's too much fucking...
There's so many people.
Dead.
It's
Done.
very unfortunate, yeah.
Too many friends.
Mm-hmm.
You've been getting the camera, right?
What? Yeah. Okay, camera's good, bro.
Shit.
He be there.
Motherfucker.
We're not fucking... So, right on, man. But
anything new going on in Phoenix? What's going on?
The Bogcast.
Yeah.
What do you think,
great.
man?
I love the episodes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Love this show.
Yeah, I mean, just...
love getting high on a fucking Sunday and not thinking about anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I mean, it's just... Every week I get to hang out with my best friend, and we get to fucking get high and shit, and then talk to a cool motherfucker, and you know what I mean? Whether it's an old friend or... recently we've been getting guests that you know that we don't know that are you know inspiring or just do something cool and stuff.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's just been fun.
Yeah. So well, I guess my next project, we haven't talked about my next project.
No, I thought I asked about that, but
yeah, well, current and next.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, next.
So my next project is me and my homie Shane. We're gonna do
Shane who?
Shane Keldorf. Do you know Shane?
I don't know.
Well, you'll meet him.
Okay.
I'm sure you meet him.
Okay.
He's a really rad guy. So we got this thing going on called the Nature Boys. We're basically going to go out and go to different locations around Arizona and make a YouTube off of it. and then just go from there. You know.
Start a YouTube channel. and shit?
Yeah.
Like travel.
might as
Like
well,
a show.
dude.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
do
cool.
we're gonna do Arizona, then baby steps. You know, start local, then branch off.
Do you have a name?
Yeah, the Nature Boys.
The Nature Boys. You already said that. I'm sorry,
and then so the actual show is gonna be Get Off the Couch. So
That's dope.
just go around with like a camera crew and fucking.
Yeah, small. I don't want a camera crew that'll just be talking.
No, yeah, just one dude. Just, with a
Just one dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
you
just
don't
one
need
dude.
much for that.
One camera, maybe a GoPro.
You don't need much of that for that at all.
You ever watch that show, Meat Eater? You've watched that show? Meat Eater? That dude that Joe Rogan always talks to?
The guy that hunts.
Yeah. That Joe Rogan
I
and
know you're
Brian
talking about.
Callen are on.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
So that dude's got a show on. That dude's got a show on Netflix that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And that's what he does. He just fucking goes out and it's just one. I think that he might do the fucking camera work if I'm thinking about it though.
Yeah, maybe he
can't
has
remember.
like a GoPro stick or something.
Yeah.
Well, Josh has that ghost hunter show that he's doing with his wife, where he goes around, which is
It's
pretty
awesome.
exciting. That's
And they've been to some scary places.
You
Oh,
should
yeah.
fucking go to some of those places, like that place that fucking Jaybird was just talking about. That fucking Apache Canyon,
the cave.
the Apache Canyon cave. Yeah,
Mhm.
all the fucking
Yeah,
ghosts
I'll look
are.
into them. I'll have to get a list from you guys. Like, you know more local places than I do.
Oh yeah, there's some good
Last thing I want
spots
to do
in
is
Flagstaff too.
Yeah, I don't want to end up like ankles up in like a mine shaft or
You're not
anything
gonna.
like that.
I'll be completely honest, bro. You're not gonna find anything.
Yeah, you're not gonna figure it out.
Well, I have
You're gonna have to.
horrible-
You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to fake some shit.
I have horrible luck, my friend. Horrible luck.
With what? Spirits and ghosts?
No, like if somebody's getting injured, it's definitely going to be me.
Oh, why you're always getting hurt? or-
Always.
Really? What's hurt right
I
now?
haven't broken a bone in like a couple of years, and that's an odd run for me. Usually it's every
Whoa.
year. Every year.
Damn, you're probably gonna break
From
one tonight.
idiot stuff. No, don't say that. I'm getting on a plane.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
Doo.
Back to Kentucky.
Yep, back to KY.
Right on.
Got to work and save that money for the, squeezing the last month out.
Was the scene like there? Do they have a acting community and stuff?
Yeah, it's just really, really small, and the movies are on a different level down there. Like I said, there's Hallmark movies out there, but they're at what Phoenix was a few years ago,
I
where
see, they're
everybody
catching
wants,
up.
everybody wants to shoot movies, so they're all shooting movies, but nobody's paying. You know what I mean? It's that level right now, which more power to them. It's just not my pace.
That's
So
cool. Do you have any? I realize a new question I want to ask actors that come on here. Do you have any funny audition horror stories that just went completely
I hate you for
fucking bad? No, because
he knows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I was talking about.
No.
I forgot all about this, and actually,
No, but listen, no, I don't know.
he doesn't.
No,
know.
because Liza was on and he said a couple funny ones. And I was like, I gotta ask every actor, because every actor has some stupid shit they've done,
Right.
And I just think it's good because other actors listen to this and they want to know it's okay if they go balls out and
all
it
right.
doesn't.
Here's a good example. So, in life, you should read all the directions before you do anything. Let me just put that disclaimer out here. Like, read all the directions, especially when submitting. I guess I just got super anxious and I quit reading halfway through the
Or
email.
super stoned.
What kind of audition
Yeah.
was it? A video?
No, so it was for a body double for just an actor, and I fit the description to a T. So I was like, "Oh, I got this, right? I got this."
You can't say who the actor is, or you just
I can't remember, to be
Oh, you
honest.
just can't remember?
I just really can't
That's fine,
remember.
okay.
No, but I just remember I was his height, I was his hair
Yeah.
color. At the time, I was the hair
Yeah.
length they wanted, like everything to
Yeah.
a T. So I was like, "Okay, I got this." And so I have my friend take butthole naked pictures of me.
Your fucking friend.
Yes. And
What is the definition of a butthole naked?
like
Yeah, what
weighing
is a
out,
friend
What?
that's gonna
Yeah.
go,
Did
Did you
dude?
say
What?
laying out?
weighing,
Weighing out.
weighing, WANG. Yeah, weighing out. Like I was just there, like, still just doing a normal stance, no smile, just standing there. And then I turned around and did one from
So
the
like
back.
a full 360 profile, like
full,
naked.
full.
Okay. So what
Full.
did the directions say?
So I press send. And then I go back and I was like, man, I should have read that first. And I get through and it says, please, in all capital letters, and they even went so far as to make them in blue letters.
Oh my god.
That said, please do not send naked pictures.
Oh my god.
Briefs for men, bikinis for girls. And I was like, I fucked up. And that was not a small one either. That was like
you should fucking take a screenshot of that fucking audition if you could go back to it and take a screenshot of it and make that like fucking.
So Keith tried to one up me on that story with this cocksock story.
The Manson one?
Yeah, I love that story.
Yeah, I told that on here before.
Perfect.
But yeah,
that's my
just walking around
so
the set
great.
naked with.
He was really funny about it too. He's like, so you remember how you did this, and where you had sent your wiener to the director. He's like, I guess what happened to me, bro. Like, yeah. So then we try to make it a goal to like one up each other. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're back on me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta figure something out.
Have you had any Disastrous live auditions?
I had one time, and I did the golden thing that you never do in an audition, and I did it once, and I did it really well. It was a monologue you had to remember, and I did it really well, and they switched it up on me, and there was like 7 people. You know how it is. Sometimes there's 1 or 2 people, and it's perfect, but then there's like 7 or 14, and you're like, what the fuck? Why are they all here?
Yeah, no shit.
You know, and it's very intimidating, and so you learn to get past that. And so I did it once. I thought I smashed it. Never in my head did I imagine they were going to ask me to do it again, and to, instead of doing it the tone that I used, do it more sad and sit on the floor and do it. And I was like, they just fucking threw me for a loop, you know? So I get down there and I do it, and I do it really well, and I get to the last line, and instead of saying it, I look up, and I was just like, I was crying, and I was stopped crying, and I was like, fuck, I'm sorry guys, I forgot the last line. I was like, and then I just like was like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, there was no filter. I was like, that's something you're supposed to keep up here, homie.
But you learned from it.
Yeah,
you probably never do that again.
I never did it again.
Yeah, that's a learning experience.
Yeah, it was. But it's a shame. You know, you look back at the ones that you messed up on, and you're like, dang, that was a really cool role that I could have smashed. That I just didn't prepare for the audition. And that's the one thing you have to remember when you audition is you have to prepare for them. Like, if you're not going to get the role if you're just trying to like wing it that day. Like, they want the interaction between the other character. They want that natural feeling. They don't want it to, feel written like it was read or anything like that, which that, of course. But the only way to make the character your own is if you really study those lines and just don't do it by reading, do it by memory. So that's
Do you still get nervous for those auditions, or
video auditions? I can do all day.
Yeah, of course.
All day. I have no problems doing those. On live auditions, no. It just honestly depends on, number one, how long I have to wait. For some reason, if I'm waiting for a long time, then I start thinking, and then I start getting nervous. So if I'm there like right before I do my thing and I leave, I'm fine. Like, and then usually I overthink it afterwards, and then I get nervous. But so I don't. Yeah, a lot of my nerves have gone away. Doing the extra work actually helped with nerves being in front of the camera a lot.
Because that's your goal, is to try to get in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm. And there's just so many people on those larger sets, like hundreds.
Yep.
And,
can you name some of those bigger sets that you've been on? I know you've been on a shit ton.
Let's see, Star, Dynasty, Have and Have-Nots, The Walking Dead, The Gifted, Doom Patrol.
You were in Doom Patrol?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was playing this little rocker kid in the 70s.
That's cool.
Yeah. Man, so like even trying to remember.
Well,
I
want to get back to The Walking Dead. What's that set like?
It was cool being on that set. I wasn't in like the wilderness or anything. I was actually in the survivor camp that's at the end. I can't remember the name.
Is it on a stage or out on a set?
It was actually at Tyler Perry Studios.
Oh shit! I forgot you've been on those lots.
Yeah.
That's just biggest? That's one of the biggest studios
Huge.
out, isn't it?
Yeah, he bought out a Army fort down there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Smart.
Yeah, it's huge. You can't even go in without getting an email that day, and then you have to respond back saying you're going to be there. Then they sometimes if you're depending on when you come and what you're doing, they might check your ID,
probe your butt,
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. do it all for the craft.
So that is on a lot. Then it's like that's like a controlled.
Yeah,
set,
it's he's a very smart man. You know.
Well, I mean, like The Walking Dead. It was did it look like an outside? Like, what was the set?
Yeah,
like?
well, it's in the show, the town that.
The town.
The Survivor, where they all live.
I don't watch the show.
I don't watch the show either, man.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, neither do I.
I don't
haven't
freaking watch it.
Yeah, I've watched maybe.
I don't know.
One
But
episode.
anyway, there's a movie theater scene, and like you see me, like you know, I was able to see me because I know where I was and all that jazz, and I see me 3 times.
Is there zombies in your scene?
No, it's a movie theater scene. We're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like Baby Huey or something on the screen.
Did you get to see any of the zombies?
No.
Nope.
No zombies.
Is there a lot of people out there that are fucking?
There's a lot, and
Yeah.
actually, the rudest people that I've worked with in Atlanta so far were some of the extras on The Walking Dead.
Really?
Which is so strange because they have this celebrity status mentality without no one knowing who they are because they're not celebrities. So, and they get this because they've been on the show since day one.
Yeah.
As zombies, you know, all they do is make their zombie makeup different, you know, and then they get recast later on.
Yeah.
So because of that, they've maintained steady work through the show.
So do like everybody hate the people that play the zombies up there? So they're like real zombies?
No, it's not
and
like
shit?
that. They think they're better than the other extras that they pull in for that day, you know. So it's just like it's cliquey is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird vibe. I felt like high school. But all the other sets I worked on were great. Fox and Marvel definitely have the best crafty. Like they go all out and it's great. You eat great all day. There's other ones that are not so great. But that's just the name of the game, you know.
Craft services is important.
It's so important. Yeah.
Especially, especially for the morale.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When you get dope craft, you're like, fuck yeah. When you get shitty craft, you're like,
right. You're like, I'm eating Cheetos all day. Great.
yeah. Should have brought a fucking
in the little
fruit.
baby waters. They don't even give you a pig water.
The little baby waters.
Yeah. No, I don't have any horrible ones like that. But so, man, did I say Star? I was on Star.
What's that?
It's a show on Fox.
Damn,
Queen Latifah's in it.
Everything's fucking shot out there, huh?
Everything, so many things.
Isn't there other places
I
though
gotta
that are
piss
like
so
that?
bad. Just keep the conversation going.
Isn't like New Mexico and like that too?
New Mexico has a Netflix office there now.
So there's a lot of people.
A Netflix stage.
There's a lot of people acting out in New Mexico right now.
There is. New Mexico and Arizona have gone side by side in filming. At one time at New Mexico, I think, if I'm getting this right, was a little bit larger. Then it fell off, and now it's growing back again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just cheap out there, and they're filming in Albuquerque. But the unfortunate thing is that the Arizona movies that should have taken place in Arizona, and in the actual script it's Arizona, but they're filming in New Mexico instead.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. I wish they would just go ahead and do it in the state it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Wasn't there some big deal that happened down in Atlanta with the acting down there? Something about like they were protesting something.
Oh, well, I think it was abortion.
So did that really stop the?
There are companies that did leave. To my knowledge, I don't know if they fell through. I know they said they were. I don't know if they actually did.
Yeah, the
you
money
know what
is
I mean?
It's too cheap to do what they do out there, not to leave.
Yeah. Right.
Because they were talking about that for a while there, and it was like, why? If it's that bad, why doesn't they just fucking move to a different city? If there's still people going out there, so
yeah, that's true.
Good.
It's growing. Like people are moving to. I think people move to Phoenix faster than they move to Atlanta.
What is it like to live out there? Is it super expensive
in Atlanta?
Yeah.
It was cheap.
Really?
Yeah, it was cheap. Kentucky's cheaper. So everything.
Is Phoenix more expensive than Atlanta?
It's very comparable. Some things are cheaper and some things are not. But when I say my first thought too is someplace cheap is what the rent is.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So the first place we were in was $1,400 for a 1-bedroom, which is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
And we were splitting it there were 3 of us in a 1-bedroom, and that was horrible. And I was just like, I can't do this. I'm a grown man, and
fuck that.
And we had 2 cats and 2 dogs.
Oh Jesus! Holy shit!
It was ridiculous. So then, Then I got a 2-bedroom out there, and I believe my rent was $949 for a 2-bedroom.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but in Kentucky, for instance, I'm in a house with another lady who I love, is a great roommate. I'm in there with her, and I pay $450, and I have my own room, my own living area.
Yeah.
We share the kitchen. So, I feel like in Kentucky, the opportunity to make money is better because the price of living is lower, so people spend more money there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's industries there that are thriving, like the restaurant businesses, everything.
You're pretty good at just going wherever and finding jobs.
Yeah.
You're good at making money. Just finding places.
Bro.
Like, you grind.
I when I first got back to Kentucky, I had 3 jobs.
You were fucking doing that. I don't know if your calves are still as big, but you were fucking
huge.
doing. He was that dude that would
Like
bring
that.
concessions during, was it Diamondbacks?
Diamondback games.
Up and down the stairs, dude. That was a fucking hell of a workout.
That's a hustle.
Yeah.
But cash money.
Yeah. Hey, boys, man.
How much would you make every game?
Average about 150, but I would make up to 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then how many hours is that?
As long as the game is, but we don't even stay for all the innings.
Okay, so
we leave at the 7th inning.
So what's the
hour
average?
and a half, 2 hours.
That's fucking good money, dude.
Yeah.
And a good workout.
Yeah, great workout.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. And I loved it. You get to see the game, and the people are usually nice and in a good mood, and socialize a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Were you like hot dogs, like yelling and shit?
Oh yeah,
really?
Not ridiculous. Like I didn't have my own jive or jingle or handshake
yeah.
or clap or anything ridiculous. Yeah, just people knew me.
Red ropes.
They see me out.
Red ropes.
You just hear it off in the distance, and it gets louder and louder.
Every time I hear red ropes, I'm like,
it's kind of
where the fuck else can you get red ropes? You can't show me a place where you can get red ropes other than a ball game.
I've never
so
really been to 'em.
It's so demographical. Like other stadiums you go to, what they sell.
Like what did you do it in Atlanta too?
No, like they sell different things. Like so in Phoenix they sold kettle corn popcorn was the #1 thing that they sold, and chocolate covered strawberries was another.
Why'd you work
seller.
the stadiums there?
No.
Oh.
I just know from going to other sporting events that they don't all sell the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
it depends. Like you can get churros in Arizona, you can't get churros in Atlanta.
I know in New Jersey and New York compared to here, as far as like, how like say McDonald's and they'll have like burritos on the side and stuff. There they have like pizzas and more Italian, or you know what I mean? Like it's definitely demographical.
Yeah.
Even fast food restaurants do that shit.
Yeah.
Ice cold brew. You know what to do.
Dude, they make cheddar. They literally make cheddar, those beer little guys. They make so much
dude.
money.
Those guys
How come
are
you can't
funny,
do that?
You have
dude.
to.
You have to get a license.
You
and all
got to
that shit?
carry that shit around that whole game with ice.
What are you carrying around? What's your?
Just a huge stick of
popcorn
bags hanging off.
Oh,
that's fucking not bad.
Yeah, it hurts after a while for sure, but you get used to it.
what, holding it?
Yeah, it's so heavy when you first fill it up. It holds like 36 bags.
Do you ever worry about falling? Those stairs are steep.
Dude, it took me probably maybe 2 months to even go to that upstairs level, that section. I was like,
scary.
Nope.
Shit.
Guys, that's where the money's at.
You remember you remember the part where I said I will be the one that gets hurt?
You were?
No, I would be though. Yeah,
fall off,
bro. It's so high.
That shit's like this.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Do you still design clothes and shit?
I do. Right now I'm trying to figure out a way to do pants. I'm gonna do men's pants for a minute. But I'm not gonna say. I don't want to give away the surprise.
Oh, okay, when's that drop?
All right, when I get back here. So I did some stupid things while moving my stuff. I have most of my stuff's in storage here in Phoenix, and then I got stuff in freaking Louisville.
It's all over the country.
It's everywhere. And like I just need all my stuff together so I can get all of my supplies, and
get back to it.
Yeah.
Can you make McClay some custom pants?
Shit.
Yeah, I could make
Seriously.
custom pants.
Shit.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for like
I don't have a name right now.
Like
I have been using Be Human. What is
Be Human by
Damian.
Damian.
You have to whisper it.
Be Human by Damian.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Shoot a commercial for that shit.
Oh yeah. We just need like a real extreme close up.
Of your
of
butt.
something. No, my butt.
And then you just turn back.
Yeah.
Take
By
those
Damian.
glasses quick.
By Damian.
One glisten here, one glisten here.
Hell yeah.
I love post. Oh, I do it in post.
Yeah. Everything can be done in post.
Everything.
Right on, man. I was really stoked seeing you come out here and shit. I wish
For
you
sure,
quit. I wish you were already here. I really missed you this last year, man.
Yeah, man. I miss you too.
Well, it hasn't been the same.
We will get back at it.
And I'm sure everyone's going to
January.
really appreciate to hear and know that you're coming back and going to involve yourself back in the scene again.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, you're going to be stealing a lot of roles.
Yeah.
Glad I don't have long hair anymore.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Man. So I'm just excited to come back. And, my aunt, my uncle, and my papa live out here. And
Are they still in Surprise?
They're still in Surprise. Yeah. It's, it's about an hour
Where
from here,
do you
which
plan
is
on
so
staying at?
Crazy, yeah.
An hour. Huh?
Where?
Oh, I'll be
Cortez?
19th Ave and Peoria.
Oh, yeah, you
So,
told me that.
Yeah.
You should go back to the La Cortez.
No, sir. Have you gone by it recently?
I drive by it all the time. It's down the
Bro.
road.
They got
It's funny because it looks nice from the outside.
It does. Then
But the inside is just full of about 1 million cockroaches, dildos. They're
And
selling heroin there.
cockroaches.
dildos.
Fucking all kinds of crazy
I
shit.
got a bed bug, my first bed bug there.
Didn't
Only
you get-
one.
Didn't it crawl in under and bite you and take off or something?
Yeah, and
You
then I had to
saw
go to
it?
the emergency room. And then
For a bed bug bite?
For a fucking bed bug bite.
That's gross.
But I thought it was a
Ugh.
spider bite, so I found a spider, some poor spider. I was like, "You bastard!" and killed it
You
and brought it
blamed
in.
a spider?
I did because the spider was
Wow.
right behind my bed. I thought for sure that's the homie that bit me.
How did you find out that bed bug? The doctor said that?
I made a comment in the office, and somehow it got brought up that other people in the building had bed bugs, so she would send the bed bug guy over to check on me. So he
feel
came
awful.
over, dude, and as soon as I lifted my bed,
No way.
right where my thumb was one bed bug the size of like an apple seed, and I was like, "He's right there." He's like, "Yeah, that is him." And he was looking around, and he got him, and he was like, it looks like you only had one. He's like, "That's why you only have like 3 bites. If there were more, you'd have hundreds."
You were
of
just
bites."
sleeping. He was just
I was just
mowing on you.
sleeping. He stopped eating once he was hungry. Once he was full, so he only took 3
bro,
bites.
that's so
creepy.
gross.
I know.
What were the bites at?
And they bite you in the stupidest, freakiest spots. Like,
Your butt?
no,
Your
that
balls?
would be awful. But I wouldn't.
Where?
So they only bite you on your appendages, so your ankles and your wrists and around this area, and then your freaking underwear line, bro.
So you had bed bug bites around your underwear line?
Yeah, I had 3 right here, 1 here, and like 2.
And that's why you.
right
That's
here.
why you went to the emergency room.
No, this is because I thought it was a spider bite. I didn't know it was bed bugs at
Yeah.
the time. The bed bug part came after I went to the emergency room.
I
When
see.
I got bit, I went to the emergency room, and I thought it was the poor spider by my bed. It wasn't him. So I brought
Would
the
you have
spider
just left
with
him
me.
if you'd known?
Yeah, I
Spider?
wouldn't even have known he was there. I wouldn't even have looked for him.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, we could have cohabitated.
Oh, no.
They don't bother me.
That's still gross, bro.
It is gross. So I
Fuck.
went, and the doctor goes, "Yeah, that looks like you got bit by something, and you're having a reaction."
You're like, no shit,
"Yeah."
Sherlock.
I was like, "It was this guy," and the doctor.
You brought the spider in.
Yes, that's why I killed it. And then
What's he gonna do?
Cause bro, I don't kill anything in life. I won't even kill a fly. Like I don't kill things.
So
Cause
you felt bad?
I felt horrible. I didn't need to kill him. I expressed my human ability to like.
You said
do
a
this.
prayer.
I should have. But so I bring it in, and the doctor's like, yeah, I'm not a bug doctor, and throws it in the trash.
I'm not a bug doctor.
Yeah, and then like
That's what I was like. What is he gonna do?
I go. Well, I just thought maybe you know what kind of spider it was, and maybe that's the kind of the venom, anti-venom I needed. And he goes, "It doesn't work like that." I was like, "Oh my god!"
You thought you were Sherlock Holmes. and
Yeah,
shit?
it was like, "I got him," and he's like, "Doom."
That's hilarious.
Right,
dude.
one bounce off the backboard. Like, I'm like, "Oh, poor guy."
Yeah, he could
Yeah.
have lived.
So then he touches my leg and tells me, I'm having a reaction, and then I get the bill for $1,300, all for a fucking bed bug
For him
bite
to
from
tell
El
you what you
Cortez.
already knew.
Yeah. So what?
So wait a minute. What did you do? Any retaliation against El Cortez for this? Were you mad?
No, I got my deposit back, and I ended up leaving when my lease was over with.
You didn't
I
leave
was
a Yelp
mad.
review?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude,
I
you
didn't.
need to.
You need to
bro.
check out
But
the
see, you know what happens?
sections.
Yeah.
What happens is like
It's worse than our Danzig comments.
what? So I did enjoy living at El Cortez. Here's the issues I had with it. It was overpriced for what it is. Number one, hugely overpriced. Like I was paying $948 for a studio that was furnished, granted, but it was cheap furniture. How many times did I have to come fix my bed because it fell? You know what I mean? Like they charged me for the futon that broke, but it's not my fault it broke. It was a shitty futon. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. I got almost all my deposit back, so they just charged me $100 for the futon.
Yeah, we left there and there were straight mushrooms growing in the
Disgusting.
bathroom out of the wall that were black. It was the most. I thought it could have been black mold, but we got out. It was as we were moving out.
Yeah.
And it was and every morning I would wake up, go into the kitchen and flick on the lights, and I'd know. Now this is not an exaggeration. You'd see 30 roaches just scatter and then hide.
Crazy.
Bro, I couldn't handle that shit.
That's so
bro.
crazy.
It was the most ghetto place I ever lived in my life, dude.
And
I couldn't handle
were we
that,
on the
man.
same floor? Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
You're
have
right down the hall.
On my side. I didn't have any bug issues. Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this
Weird.
one time me and Jordan.
But we had that firewall between. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember that when you would walk out the exit in the parking lot and there's like, a balcony right there of Eddie's apartment? One time me and Jordan was going out, on date night, and that dude that lived there was just in his boxers. He was playing rap music extremely loud, and he had his hands on the rail as tight as he could, and he was just humping in the air, and his dick was just flopping up and down. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, Jordan, Jesus. I'm like covering her eyes like she's a fucking child and shit. And fucking Jordan was like, what the fuck? And then that happened another time when I wasn't there. Like she's like, what the fuck? And then finally, like, we need to get out of here. That was after finding a dildo in the hallway.
After the dildo.
After the security guard, we have a picture of him passed out on a Home Depot bucket upside down.
Somebody was stealing my clean drawers out of and my jeans out of the washer and dryer.
Jesus.
I forgot about that. Yeah. But they were
There's
like,
nothing.
They were like, that's your fault. You shouldn't leave your stuff unattended. And I agree with them. I'm like, but you should be able to trust the freaking people that are in your building.
Yeah.
Fucking
Like,
gross.
There's nothing I've ever seen in my life involving an apartment complex where on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. Me and Jordan just got done with our errands, walk in the hallway, and on the ground, on the floor, is a 9-inch dildo. And literally 2 inches from the dildo is the bag that the dildo goes in. And this is like 2 apartments down.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I fucking couldn't. I was laughing so hard.
Did you come get me?
I don't know, but
I'm
Jordan.
pretty sure you came and got me.
Probably
and made me look at it.
because probably.
Yeah.
And then Jordan called and was like, and she thought it was so funny, but she said it in like her like work voice, like, yeah, I'd like to report a dildo in the hallway. And they're like, what? Yeah, and then we were like looking through the door in the cracks, and like 2 of the ladies from the office came up, and they're like, they saw it, and then they came back and they like had to use something to grab it and put it in the bag.
Do you remember that?
I have a picture of that. By the way, if you want to see the dildo, it's on their Yelp. They have 2 Yelps. They couldn't get rid of the one with all the bad reviews.
Yeah.
So they started a new one that like I guess is from the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But then there's one of just a year of just everyone shitting on it, because I've never had a living experience like that place.
And there was man's thongs out there that one time. You remember that?
I mean, I don't, but I believe it.
men's thongs.
The staircases smelled like Burger King bathrooms.
People would throw their trash in the stairwells because they
Yeah.
didn't want to walk it out.
That's
to
the other
dumpster.
thing. Yes, you just go down the stairs and there'd be a big bag of trash
with rotten chicken in it, like not even just a paper trash, like rotten chicken. And they would just leave it there, or they would drip it all over and just leave it.
You could hear everything.
Yeah, there was
those
some
walls,
trife
too.
people. Oh yeah, I could hear my neighbor. The one on my left would just masturbate daily all the time. and I'm pretty sure he was into furries because I heard like weird noises coming out of his room. And
what kind of noises do furries make?
Yeah.
I can't even replicate this noise. Like, how they're cute.
Do they make animal
animals?
noises?
Like a mixture.
Really?
Yeah, like they'll talk like humans, but then they'll meow. Or like...
Is he like watching this shit on YouTube and shit?
I'd imagine where he had like a little furry friend that was over there with him. I'm not sure.
That would be hilarious.
They're into that. They make costumes and stuff, and yeah.
Damn.
Have
So,
conventions.
That was one neighbor. And the other neighbor was cool, but you could hear everything he was doing. Like you could hear when he used his microwave. You could hear because the guy on that side, we had a firewall between us, so he was just had his shit too loud. The guy over here, you could hear everything when he like flushed the toilet because there was just a thin wall. That thin wall you're talking about.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, so you like literally you can hear him laughing, talking on his phone. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like that was one room and then they cut it into two and made two with just
it was just an old
drywall.
shitty hotel that they turned into an apartment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I liked the shape of it, and I liked some of the people that lived there. We did meet some cool people that lived there. And the pool was always fun, but
I don't know how you went in the fucking pool.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, we used to get trashed and go swimming until they made it a rule that you couldn't drink at nighttime no more, which we're in the center of our buildings. These people's patios are on the pool. Like, how do you expect them to not get in it?
Yeah.
You know, they're going to climb the fence and get in. Like, get over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right on. Well, if you want to check out El Cortez's Yelp review, just look at that.
If you want to see dildos and funny reviews.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you want promote or do you have anything where people can find you on Instagram and all that?
Yeah, I have Instagram. Everything is Damian Michael Pearsall.
So at Damian Michael Pearsall.
Yep, everything. I branded myself, and guys that are in the industry, you should do the same thing. You shouldn't have to. If somebody looks you up on one platform, they should easily be able to find your other platforms.
Oh yeah.
So everything.
Make it easy.
Tumblr, my everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know Justin and Jordan are getting the barbecue fired up, so I figured we can start drinking more and get to them. But I really appreciate you taking the time to come on. And I know when you come back in January, we'll just do it again.
Yeah, hell yeah. Maybe we'll do the Nature Boys.
Hell yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
See the slate anywhere?
No.
Oh, is it right here?
I got it.
Okay.
And that is
am I supposed to show this thing?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, go ahead. You start pulling that shit out.
This is
the loudmouth bag.
Loudmouth.
Yeah, we get those.
Bag.
You can do that on camera. It doesn't matter.
Okay, cool.
All right, that's a wrap on episode 58 with Damian.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you too, buddy.